All right, we're back, and well, let's do the Woody. And I hate to do it with an old friend, but
You do?
Ooh,
That's not what I heard.
Whoops. Well, yes, I usually they're impersonal strangers. Out of town. Out
Whatever.
Of state.
Confused
Oh.
with the boys.
What's that noise? All right, this week's Woody goes to Illinois Senator Roland Burris. By now you know who Roland Burris is, the Senate appointee of former nutcase Illinois Governor Blago, and by now you know why I was sort of freaking out when he was picked. I served 4 years with Roland when we were both AGs, and I knew this would not have a happy ending. Did I not predict that? Don't get me wrong, Roland Burris is a nice enough guy. Actually, he's a real-life George Jefferson. He looks like him, he acts like him, and I do not begrudge him moving on up. I mean, who cares? But apparently, he wasn't talking to Louise on the phone right before his appointment. Even though he testified under oath, he had not had conversations with the governor or his staff, and had never raised money for the governor. It now turns out he was indeed talking about just that with Blago's brother and his staff, and he did try to raise money and organize a fundraiser. It's just that nobody gave him any money, not that he didn't try. Now, Roland was memorable in his brief tenure as AG, whether it was bringing bodyguards with machine guns to the golf course in Pennsylvania, or giving a speech in Seattle on the American with a Disability Act. Apparently, it's
Just
one
have
guy
fun.
in a wheelchair in Des Moines. Note, by the way, it hurts your credibility if you give a speech on a famous law and you get the name wrong. It's generally not good. But I never dreamed Roland would run the risk of being to and through 2 months, and it's possible he could be out. That's a new record. Even Ev Meekum took a full year. Roland's main hope is that nobody will want to go through with the bother of throwing him out, given all the other problems the Senate is wrestling with. But they ought to take a few minutes and boot him out anyway. Seriously. His maid Florence would do a better job than this guy.
Wow.
Don't you think? Remember Florence?
Yeah.
Loved her.
And the neighbors.
Yeah, and didn't like them. The not-so-good senator from Illinois has a, this is true, he has a gigantic crypt that he has prepared for himself that lists, carved in marble, every good deed he has ever done. Now, since he included being vice president of the Key Club his junior year in high school, there's not much room left, but I'm sure he could squeeze in shortest tenure in U.S. Senate history if his colleagues have the cojones to send him packing. If that doesn't happen, he can carve in proud recipient of this week's Woody.
Very nice.
Here we go. Can we hear that theme one more time? There we
We
go.
like it when it's over. I like it afterwards.
Now, I got to find this email here.